Hello everyone, welcome to the legal aspect, professionalism and ethics of computing. So this is another unforgettable year that we cannot meet with each other. And then in this course, in these lessons, we are going to do the introduction first. So to let you guys know what's happening in this course and then what is the platform and then how we handle our course before we meet with each other. So hope that you enjoy the lessons and then remember to enjoy your good health, especially in these conditions. And then let me introduce myself first. I'm Peter, your subject lecturer. So if you are computing, you know that there is a game lab in computing. I'm the person in charge of game lab. So you can find our Word and then you can find our demonstration in P503 in P503. I'm also the host of Global Game Jam. So every year in the last week of the January, you see that there are lots of the posts and then lots of the jammers in Hong Kong. They come together and then we try to create our games and then try to do something special for our community. And then why I'm talking about the game, so you will say that game is not related to ethics, game is not related to professionalism, game is not related to the social aspect, etc. So let me talk about a little bit history about myself first. So we set up the game lab in 13 to 14 years ago, 13 to 40 years ago. So it's a long time, right? And then about 5 to 6 years ago, our previous department head asked me, so what is the value of creating games, or what is the value of your game lab? We win a lot of prize. We win the prize from the Global Game Jam. We win the prize from the Microsoft Emergence Cup. We win the prize from lots of the local or global competitions. We create the games, but somehow no one knows. So that's why our head asked me about what is the impact of your lab. So at that time, I need to think, and then I need to find out a new directions for our lab. So about 4 to 5 years ago, we tried to move to VR and AR. So we have touched lots of different technologies, including the gesture detections, including the VR of augmented reality. So we know how to create the things. 5 or 6 years ago, it's hard to create the VR AR things. So lots of the company, they try to join with us, and then we have create different kinds of demo for different company. But again, we cannot let the other knows what game lab are doing, because for those demo, they will just hidden from those big name, hidden from those big company. So around 3 years ago, we tried to find our ways again. And then because we are good in graphics, we are good in interaction design, we are good in some new technologies. So we want to create, or using our techniques to create some product for the underprivileged group. So at that time, we have selected the children's. So we create some games for the SEN, special education needs student. So we create the games for the dyslexia. That means they have the problem about readings and writing Chinese. That is what you are seeing in front of our screen. So we have created lots of the apps in VR, lots of the apps in AR to help them to learn how to read and write Chinese. And then we have also created different apps for the IQ who is lower than 50. That means is equals to 1 or 2 years old. So because they are not able to talk with you, they are not able to discuss with you, and then it's hard to use the normal materials to teach them. So we use lots of the game, we use lots of the different technologies to help them. So don't think that for those IQ below 50, that means multiple learning disabled children, they cannot use the iPad. So my son, as I remember, he's only, it should be 8 to 9 months. He knows how to use the iPad, click the YouTube item, select the movie that he wants to watch, and then skip the advertisement. So it's good. Somehow we can use game to communicate with those children, and then touch and then communicate with them, and then they can touch the interactive and learn and learn and learn. So it saves the children, and then it helps the children. I cannot say save. It helps the children, and then it also helps the parents. It also helps the teacher, and that's why we try to do something for our society. That means whatever you are doing, so maybe you are a computing guy or you are a electronic EIE guy, so you can create something and help the society. And in nowadays, of course, computing, because you are handling the information, you are handling the knowledge, you can create something better and better for lots of the people to use and enjoy. So that's why I'm in this course, and I want to share a little bit about how we handle in the industrial products, how we use our professional to help the society, and then for some of the industrial products, they have the rules to obey, they have the code of conduct, and then what it is, and then how we can handle this kind of things. Okay. So if you have any problem, so feel free to send an email to me. So here is my email on your left hand side. Okay. And then yeah, you can also find me. So you can find me in the office in the office hour. If you want to find me after 6 p.m., so you better send an email to me first, and then we search a time slot, and then we can talk, and then we can share the views of our of you. Okay. So advertisement time. Of course, this year we cannot have a physical global game jam as a support again, but we have an online versions. And then for the online versions, you can join with your classmate together and yeah, do it in at PolyU or anything else, maybe at home, or you communicate with each other um, at home. So we have 4 days, okay, not 48 hours, it's a 4 days group game jam. And then this year, I have collect 10 wonderful gifts, okay, wonderful presents. So lots of the smartphones, and then we also have game console. We have Switch. We have lots of wonderful prize. And as I remember, last year we only have 50 games, and then we have 9 awards. So this year maybe we will have less than 50 games, and then we still have 8 to 9 awards. Okay, so the chance to get the award is pretty high. Okay, and yeah, as a PolyU student, as the COMP student, and then we are the host. Please try to get an award and then get a prize, win the award for our PolyU. So if you are interested in Global Game Jam, so here is the link. Yeah, let me here this one. So here is the link. Okay. Or you can go to Facebook and then search GJ Hong Kong, and then you can find our poster. You can find more information. And yeah, if you go to the website, and then you can also find that we have a chit chat session. If you have any question that you want to ask about the Global Game Jam, so you can ask me in this Saturday, okay? On this Saturdays, from 8 p.m. to maybe 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. It depends on whether we have the student or we have the some jammer that want to ask more questions, or you want to meet different jammer in the during the Zoom session, during the chit chat sessions. Okay, so all the things is online. So yeah, so you need not to afraid about the social distance, or you need not to afraid anything about the COVID-19. Okay, so you can do it at home. I guess you are familiar with that. And then most of the situations will only happen in Zoom, okay, in Zoom session, similar to current situation. If you are lucky and then you win a prize, so you will go to Cyberport and collect the prize, and then we have a small award presentation for you, okay? So this year we have a little bit special arrangement. So we cannot meet with each other. So here are 2 methods to study in our course. Of course, there is a offline mode. So similar to your previous lesson. So you will use the backboard. Okay, we will use the backboard. Okay, so inside the backboard, I will put all the things in 2 folders. One is content, and other is assessment. Okay. For content, you can find all the materials that you need. So most likely, I have uploaded all the PowerPoint. Okay, I've prepared all the PowerPoints, and then you can feel free to have a look with the PowerPoint first. For the voiceover, I will try to record it and then upload as soon as possible. Okay, so we have 5 topics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this is the lesson 1. We have the introductions, and then we will have a couple of lessons about using the tools. Okay, analytical, or we call it ethics tools. Okay, ethical tools, to use the ethical tools, and then how to solve the problem by using this kind of methodology or this kind of tools. Then we will know more about the code of ethics. Okay, code of ethics. For each party, they have their rules to obey. For our computing guys, we also have the rules to obey. Not only about the law, so we have the code of ethics to obey. And then we will touch a little bit about the different crime related to computing. Okay, so we will touch about the privacy, and then we will also touch again touch with the IP, intellectual properties. Okay, and then the syllabus is also uploaded to our backboard, so you can feel free to see all the syllabus, all the intendable learning outcome inside our backboard. I have also created discussion board. So if you want to do something offline to discuss with each other, you can use our backbot. You can use our discussion board to discuss with each other. Okay, so there are couples of topics. You can discuss with your classmate, and then you can also chit chat with me. Okay, so there are different topics. Please go to different topics and then have a look. For all the assignments, so I will put into the assessment. Okay, for all the assignment, I will put into the assessment. So this is all the things you need to know inside the backbot. For the other functions, I guess I will not use it. Okay, so make sure that you have take a look with your backbot account and then take a look with the assessment and also the content. Okay, so if you are here, that means that you are using the Microsoft Teams. Okay, you are using the Microsoft Teams. So beside the offline version, beside the backbot, you can find the video, you can find the slide, you can find the assignment, you can find all the things. You also have a Microsoft Teams, okay, for our online mode. So most likely we will start our lessons according to my timetable, okay? So I will create the online and then I will do the presentations, and then you can open the Microsoft Teams. I remember you will invite the, you will receive the invitations from me. Okay, you will receive the invitation from me. So you have the link and then you can click, and then if you download the Microsoft Teams, you can go inside and then enjoy the live sessions with me. For live sessions, I will try to chit chat with you, and then if you have any questions, you can type on the Microsoft Teams. I will try to have a look and then I will try to answer. Yeah, I will try because it's really hard in front of the computer, and then I need to read the slide, and then I need to read the message from you, and then respond to you, and handle the podcast questions, etc., etc. It's a big challenge for me. I'm sorry, it's a big challenge for me. So if I have missed some of your message, I'm sorry about that, and I will try to catch it up. If you really want to ask, so you can just go to the discussion board and ask. Okay. If you do not have any questions, let us move on. So here is our tentative schedule, and we are very lucky. So in this semester, we have 2 public holidays. One is the Chinese New Year, another is the holiday. Okay, so here is the Chinese New Year, and here is the Easter holiday. Okay. I guess you don't want to see me, or you don't want to have a lessons or makeup class during the Chinese New Year or during the Easter holiday. Okay, so because most of our class we have the prerequisite videos. Okay, so I will assign some prerequisite video for you. Okay, so during the Easter holiday or during the Chinese New Year, so you can go to the YouTube and then have a look with the videos. Okay. So these videos, invited talk of charge mode, and then another videos about the China and GDPR privacy. So will be included inside your assignment. So you must watch a video to complete your assignment. Okay, to complete your invited talk and also complete your assignment too. Okay, and then because in this class you can find our video playback in 2 different kinds of channels. One is YouTube. Okay, so you can go to YouTube, and most likely I will record down all the PowerPoint, all the lecture in the pre-record in the form of pre-record videos, and then you can go to YouTube and then have a look with it. And then if you go to Teams, I will also have another record. Okay, and we will try to record down all the things that will happen during the lecture. Okay, so maybe during the lecture we have some interaction, maybe during the lecture we have some discussions. Okay, so if you want to enjoy also the video paper about our discussions, about our interactions, right? So you can go to Teams. Okay, so there are 2 different channels. One is prerequisite video, so you go to YouTube, and other is includes our interactions and includes our discussions or other things. You can go to Teams. Okay, so there are 2 ways. Most of our lessons are webcasts, and then to reduce your workloads or reduce your pressure under the COVID-19. I know that of you guys, you are so busy or you have lots of things to do during the COVID-19. I don't know why, but you maybe focus on your final year project, focus on your capstone, focus on other projects, etc. And sometimes you cannot attend the class. That's okay. You can go to YouTube. You can go to the Teams to have the video playback. But as a universal study, it's good to have a, I will say that, to have some discussion. You are not primary school student, and then you are not, you are not secondary school student. So that we need to have some discussion so that our idea can be exchanged with each other, and then so that I can make sure that you understand what we have discussed during the lesson, so that when you go outside, you know there are lots of problems, and then you can think before you act. Okay. So yes, so we have 3 in-class exercise here with 5, with 9, and also with 12. Okay, for this in-class exercise, you need to attend the class. Okay, you need to attend the class, and then all of you guys will be divided into groups, and I will give you questions. Okay, I will give you some case study. So in this case study, you need to create a Google document. At the very beginning, you need to write down your thinking first. Okay, you write down your own thinking, and then after a certain of time, I will try to I will say that after a certain amount of time, after all of you guys have write down your own thinking, you start your discussions, and then you come up with your conclusions. Okay, come up with your conclusions. So during your discussion, so I will randomly join your Google document. Sometimes I will type in something in your Google document. Okay, you also need to create a Zoom sessions. Okay, Zoom sessions. Here is the Teams, and then I will request you to create another Zoom sessions. Okay, you need to give me the link of the Google document and Zoom before the in-class exercise. I will post on our Blackboard. Okay, and I or our tutor will randomly join to your Zoom session and also the Google document to discuss with you, to exchange the idea. This is what we are thinking during our course planning. Okay, so I only request you 3 times 3 times, 3 hours or 3 times. Okay, so totally 9 hours. In fact, it's less than 9 hours. So this 9 hours you must attend with 5, with 9, and with 12. You must attend. Okay, attend the class on time, and then we can complete our in-class exercise so that I can we can make sure that you know what we are talking about, and then by the way, the in-class exercise is really easy. Okay, for the discussions, and then we point out something that maybe you are missing, and most likely you can get 18% of the marks. Okay, 18%. We have 6, and then today we have 18. So if you get this 18% of your marks, it really helps you to attend a hard grade. Okay, maybe it's the difference between B- to B+. Okay, B- to B+. Okay, so try to attend the in-class exercise and then do the exercise. Okay, so let me introduce what we are going to do one by one. So the first lesson is here. It's about the introductions. Okay, so we will introduce all of the things that we are going to cover during this semester. Okay. And then we have some interesting, funny videos, and then we have some Q&A sessions. We will also have some case study. Maybe this lesson we cannot finish all the introduction. Is okay because we have the in-class exercise, and then if we have too long introduction, or we have too long discussion about the other class, so we will decrease the length of the in-class exercise. Okay, so I will give you maybe a shorter or maybe one case study so that you can complete all the in-class exercise during the 3 hours. Okay, so introduction is here, and then we will start by something we abstract. Okay, we abstract. So university, we always want to make the things into abstract, into a model, okay? So that when you go outside to work, so you know that if it's a abstract thinking or if it's a model, so whatever the situation, so you can use different model, different abstract thinkings, and then solve your solutions, okay? So we will start all the things from abstract. So we have 3 lessons, okay, here to talk about the method and tools for ethical analysis. Okay. So here we will talk. Most likely we will talk about the Western style thinking. So in this year, we always talk about what is the difference between the thinkings of Chinese people and also the Western people, right? So we always talking about why the thinkings between China and also United States they are so different, right? So we will talk about different methods, and then we will talk about different abstract thinking model. We will talk about 8 different thinking model. All of them are from the Western. Okay, all of them are from the Western. So you know that United States, the whole thinking of the United States come from the John Laws. Okay, the law of justice. Okay, and law of justice come from social contract. Okay, and social contracts come from Kant's theory, and it come all of this kind of theory it try to different the thinking of the Western people, especially the United States. Okay, so we will talk about this area. We will touch a little bit about the situation in China, but again, it's quite sensitive. So I will introduce you some book, okay, official book, for you to know the situation of China and then what is their thinking model, okay? So we will touch lots of the thinking model. So most likely we'll use 3 lessons, okay, 3 lessons, okay? And then, yes, here, 3 lessons. And then during your Chinese New Year, so we have the invited talk. So from Charles Mott, our okay, previous representative of our IT inside the Legislative Council. Yeah, he has quit. He has quit his job, but we have some videos. Okay, video record about Charles Mott talk. Okay, in 2019 or 2020 last year or exactly remember it should be 12 months ago or 18 months ago. I cannot remember. We have the pre-record video about Charles Mott. Okay, so you can just have a look with this Charles Mott video. In fact, he just taught something about the inside the Legislative Council, and it although it's 1 or 2 years or maybe 5 or 10 years later, when you watch this video again, it's still word in our society. So you will have the invited top. Honestly, do you know who is the representative of our IT now? Do you know? So I wait for 10 seconds. The representative of our IT professional now is Junius Hall, 何君堯議員. Okay. So yes, so I guess Charles Mott will be more familiar with our situations, IT situations. So although the invited talk is 2 years ago, so I think 1 or 2 years ago, okay, I think the content is still valid. Okay, it's still valid for our IT professional. Okay, so you will have the invited talk. Okay. Another invited talk will in with 13, okay, with 13, okay, so you have an ICAC talk. So you can select one invited talk. You can select the Charles Mott or ICAC talk during this semester and then complete your invited talk report, okay. So either one, okay. And then yes, then Charles Mott is the prerequisite video, so you can find the information from our website. So if you want to start your assignment or invited talk a little bit earlier, in fact of you wait for week 13 and then start your invited talk report, okay. So you can just have a look with the Charles Mott talk and then complete the invited talk, okay. So after the Chinese New Year, and then we will have the yeah, we will try to complete all the abstract thinking about the ethical analysis, okay, and also the ethical model about the how you analyze whether we should do this or whether we should do that, okay. So we have this kind of model, and then after abstract thinking, so we'll go to something similar to Guide, okay, similar to Guide, okay. So yeah, abstract thinking is good, okay. But if all the things if all the thing is abstract thinking or model, it will try to slow down your your um, your work, okay. So somehow we need some guidelines, or we need to have some bad or white, okay, something bad or white that will help us to do our professional job, okay. So here we will try to introduce some professional body, and then whether I belongs to professional or not, okay. In this subject we are going to talk about the professional, but do we belong to some professional, or do we have some professional body or society to support us? So in this class, we will try to introduce some professional bodies, and then of each professional body, so they have some code or ethics. Okay, it's a black and white guideline. So in this lesson, we will try to go through the guidelines. Okay, so after the guidelines, and then yeah, you need to complete your assignment 1. Okay, okay. So assignment 1 will cover the method and tools of ethical analysis, and also professional body and code of ethics. Okay, and in week 7 we will start 2 topics. Okay, so if you break the guideline, so somehow maybe you lost your job, or you cannot stay inside the professional body. But in our society we have some bottom line. Okay, bottom line is called the law. Okay, so of course we are not studying law, and then we are not going to read the law statement one by one. But in our IT professional, there are some law statement that we need to really take care. Okay, we need to really take care. So I have select 2. So one is privacy. Okay, privacy. So today, nearly all of us will deal with the privacy. Yeah, doing our app developments, or doing our website developments, or other things, right? We have lots of the data go to our server, and then we need to handle lots of the sensitive information, maybe about their ID, maybe about the biometric marker, or even somehow about their track record, or about their log statement. Okay, so there are lots of the things belongs to the privacy issue, and in these sessions we will talk about the privacy, and then what is the law of Hong Kong, what is the law of China, and what is the law in GDPR. Okay, in European unions. Okay. So after the privacy, and then we will have the in-class exercise. Okay, so in-class exercise here, and then the in-class exercise 2 will talk and discuss all the things about the privacy in Hong Kong. Okay, privacy in Hong Kong, and maybe a little bit about why we have the common law and also the civil law, and what is the law statement, etc., etc. Okay. So another topic that is related to law is about the intellectual properties. Okay, software ownership and intellectual properties. Okay, here. Okay. So today you use, oh, I will say that you write the program, right? So most likely you write the program, and then you use different programming language. Okay. So if I use different programming language, do I own the IP, intellectual properties, or do I own the software ownership? Okay. So if I use Java, or if I use C# to write the program, do I still own the software? Okay, instead of Java own the software, or C# own the software. Okay. Or if I say that if I call the API, or if I use the API or other library to complete my software, so do I still own the software ownership? Okay, okay. In these lessons, we are going to discuss some sorts of this kind of issue, and what is happening in Hong Kong, and what is happening in yeah, outside Hong Kong. Okay, and of course we will talk not only about the privacy and also about the IP. So we will also talk about the corruptions, ICAC. So ICAC will physically come. They will join our live sessions. Okay, ICAC will join our live session and then produce another invited talk for about the corruptions. Okay, for you about the corruptions. Okay, and then we also have the Charles Moore talk. Charles Moore talk also belongs to the he belongs to the Legislative Council, and he also belongs to the law topic in our subject. Okay, so after week 13, so we will not have any other lessons, and then we will have the yeah, in week 14, so you need to hand in all the things, including invited top report, sorry, about your study patterns, okay? And yeah, you need to handle all your assessment before the end of the week 14, okay? In our course, we are 100% continuous assessment, okay? We do not have any examinations, and we do not have any tests, okay? We do not have any tests. So remember to hand in your assignments. If you have hand in your assignment, most likely you can get a pass, okay? Most likely you can get a pass. And then don't worry. So most likely we'll talk again later. So most likely if you get 40% of the total assessments, right, you can get a pass. And then if you reach around 70%, so I can promise I will give you a B, okay, B grade. So let me talk about the objective of our course. The objective of our course is we aim to equip the student with the knowledge regard to the social responsibility of the computer professionals who have handled a significant position in the information age. So talking about the social responsibility, right? So this word become a very popular word in our society. So of course there are lots of different things that is related to the social responsibility. But in our course, I'm sorry, I'm not the expert of social science. So I'm only the lecturer in computing. So all the things which bond to the or respect or relate to the social responsibility, I can not answer all. Okay, so we will only focus on the computing issue. Okay, about the computing professional. Okay, computing professional. So what's meaning of computing professional? That means that please don't ask me about anything. We should bought the in this status we should bought the traveler that have traveled to China and then to Hong Kong is correct or not, such kind of things. Okay, because it's not related to computing professional. Okay, this is not related to computing professionals. Okay, so you can ask me about the Bitcoin, the use of Bitcoin, the use of different channel to distribute the message, but somehow if it's not related to computer professional, okay, there are lots of the different one. If this one is not related to computer professional, we will not discuss in our lessons. Okay, in our lessons, even if you have the case study, you have the assignment, you need to pick up something that is related to computing. Okay, related to computer, related to IT. Otherwise, it's hard for us to do the discussions, and then it's hard for me, especially for me, to grade your assignment. So always remember, we are talking about the social responsibility. Okay, but all the social responsibility should be related to the computer professionals. Okay, otherwise we cannot have the starting point to discuss with each other. Okay. So if you have I guess no one with the syllabus, but it's okay. And then if you have with your syllabus, so we have the internal learning outcome. So all your grades is related to your internal learning outcome. Okay. And then for the internal learning outcome, it belongs to two categories, okay, A and B in our subject. The first one, of course, is about the knowledge in this course. That means the professionalism or knowledge or ethical considerations. Okay, so we have something need you to know. We need you to understand the professional issue. Okay, we need you to understand the legislation. Okay, that means the crime, that means the law. We also need you to understand the ethical considerations. Okay, in the point of view of IT or computing. Okay, so that's important. We will try to give you some facts. We will try to introduce the law. We will try to introduce the facts. We will try to introduce the story that is related to the ethics, of computing to you. Okay, so this is the first category. And then second category is using or apply the conceptual tools. Okay, that means the second, third, and the fourth lessons. The first part of our course, we will introduce different tools. Okay, for you to develop then analytical thinking. Okay, analytical thinking, and then for all the analytical thinkings. So you have the step number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, etc. And then throughout this kind of procedure, so you can develop your thinking. Okay, you can develop your thinking, and then you have the theory behind. Okay, so that you can make your ethical and legal decision making. Okay, so this is the two main. Okay, this is the two main intended learning outcome in our course. Please bear in your mind. Okay, we need to learn the fact. How to gather the fact. We also need to learn about the tools. Okay, for us to I'm sorry, my handwriting is not very good in front of the PC. Okay, and we need to learn about the facts, how we gather the facts, understand what is the rules. We also need to learn about the tools, how we can do the thinkings. Okay, and then category B is somehow we care about your all-round attitudes. For example, you need to communicate with each other in a effectively in both vocabulary and also in writing. Okay, so we need you to use a professional term to talk with each other and then share your idea with each other. You cannot just use the term that you obtain in the forum, for example, 連登, or you cannot use the term that obtain in the Facebook and then discuss with each other. We need to have our professionalism. We need to use our own term. Okay, we need to use our own term to express our idea. Okay, to express you are a professionalism of IT. Okay. We need you to learn all the things independently. So don't just follow all of our slide. Okay. So in our course, you will have some assignment that you need to find out some case and then use out the method and also the rules that you have learned in our lesson to evaluate your case. Okay. So that's how you learn independently from the problem solving and also search for the solutions. Okay. Think critically. Okay. Think critically. Okay, you need to collect the information from the both sides, collect the information from the different sides, and then make your decision. So this is one of the most important things. Okay, so because you have the intended learning outcome, then you will have two important things. The first one is, again, we have three parts. The first part is about the ethics. Okay, the first part is about the ethics. Second part is about the professionalism. Okay, that means the code of rules, code of ethics that you need to follow. And the third part is about the legal. Okay, so we have P part. And then inside these three parts, you know the rules, you know the facts of computer professional. You also know the skills, how to analyze a problem. Okay, in ethical and then the legal decision making. Okay, so because you have kind of intended learning outcomes, so we try to divide our course in this kind of structure. Okay, so at the very beginning we will have, of course, this is the introduction, so it's haven't put inside this area, and then we will know about the basic of the ethics first. Okay, so some general tools and then some general methodology for you to develop your ethical and also legal thinking. And then we will talk about the principles of ethics. We will also, that means the code of ethics. And then we will talk about what's happening inside the legal part, the law system. And then we will put different cases into our course. So definitely we will put privacy in our course, and definitely we'll put IP in our course. Okay, we'll also put computer-related crime. Okay, for the networking, for example, you have the beacons, you have the blockchain, etc. So perhaps we'll also put inside the networking. I will invite a a speaker to talk about this kind of things, or I will invite some speaker to talk about the AI, because in these 2 years, AI is a very hot topic in our machine learning. Okay, so it's ethical to use AI in many or in different aspects. So we will have a look and then see is correct or not. Okay. And then here is another important part of each course. So it's about the assessment components. Okay. So again, in our course, we do not have any examination. So no examinations, and 100% is continuous assessment. Okay. So that's why we have lots of the small assignments. And don't afraid that I will try to make your assignments a little bit happier. Okay. So you use a funny way to complete your assignments, and then you will enjoy the assignments. I will say that you will enjoy the assignments instead of we only have some hard to we hard assignment to complete, or we hard formulations of the theory to the complete. Okay, so we'll try to make it apply to our daily life, and then make yourself feel more happy when you doing your assignment. Okay, so we have two parts: individual part and also the group assessment part. So individual is 57%, and then the group assessment is 43%. Okay, so individual is a little bit a little bit larger than the group assessment, but both of them is more or less the same importance. Because when you go outside to work, so somehow you need to work with the other, and one of your internal learning outcome is try to connect with your classmate, and then to try to connect with the expert, and then try to find out some important things. Always remember, connection is the one of the most important things when you need to go outside to work. So you need, beside the individual assessment, you also need to take care about the group assessment. Okay, for the individual assignments, you have you have most likely you will say that I will say that you have 2 assignments. Okay, and each of them will carry 18% of marks. Okay, so I would tell you the format of your assignments, and then you also have a invited talk report. Okay, for the invited talk. Okay, so again I will talk about to you later. And then 3% is coming from a survey, so I will design a Google Forms, and then you need to complete a survey. Okay, for the group assessment, you only have 2 parts. One is in-class exercise. Okay, so you have 3 in-class exercise, and each of them carry 6% of your total assessment. So again, it's 18. And other is the group study report is 25%. Okay, you find a topic related to computer science or related to IT, and then you have a deeper study about the whole situations. Okay, so lots of the people ask me how can I get a pass, or how can I get a B in this course. So similar to the other course that I have teach you, that I have teach before. Okay, so if you want to get a pass, 40%. Okay, 40%, and then you can get a pass. Okay, so you can calculate by yourself. So if I only join the group assessment, so it's 45%. Okay, 45%, and then I complete the survey, and then perhaps I hand in one. So they are free, right? So they are free. So I hand in one assignment. So most likely I can get this 40% of the marks. Okay, 40% of the marks. So you can skip one assignment, or you can skip 2 assignments. You still can get a pass in our course. So it really depends on your choice. So if this semester we still offer the pass or fail options, so you can make these kinds of manipulations. Okay. Or most people will ask, so how can I get B or above? Okay, B or above. So in this, exactly remember, starting from this semester, you have a B minus. Okay, in between from the C plus and B, so you have the B minus. But we are talking about the B plus, A or A plus. So if you want to get B plus, A or A plus, so you need to get 70% or above. Okay, 70% or above. So you said that 70% is pretty high, but don't worry, I will told you there are lots of tricks in our course, and then I will try to make it easier, and then you can get a fair marks for your assignments and for your grading. And in fact, I remember for last semester, so 50 or 60% of the student, 60 I remember, they got a B or above. Okay, they got a B or above. Of course, there are lots of students they choose pass or fail in this subject, but around 60% of students they get a B or above. So don't worry about the situations. Okay. So here we will talk about the assignments component one by one. Okay, and then we start to talk with the individual assignment first. Individual assessment. For the individual assessment is 57%, and then you have two assignments. Okay, assignment 1 and of course final assignment. That means the assignment 2. Okay, and then for the final for the both of the assignments, so there are structural questions. Okay, structural questions and case study. Okay, so most likely I will give you 3 to 4 structural questions. Okay, 3 to 4 structural questions, or 3 structural questions plus 1 case study. Okay, or combined together. Okay, I haven't draft the assignment, so give me some time. I will prepare as soon as possible. Okay, maybe this week or next week. Okay, so the structure question. So you have A, B, C, D, E, etc. And then you need to read the case, and then you need to follow. For the assignment 1, right, is about the ethical analytics. So you need to follow the content of the ethical analytics, and then complete the ABCD one by one. Okay. So for the assignment 1 and 2, it focus on the internal outcome 1 and 2. Okay, 1 and 2. Okay. Assignment 1 is mainly about the ethical analytic model and also the core ethics. Assignment 2 is mainly about the law. Okay, that means the privacy and also the IP. So I will try to set the assignment into this kind of setting. So the deadline is week 6 and also week 12. Okay, and for all the details content, I will give it to you later, and most likely I will put all the information inside the assessment of the backboard, assessment folder of the backboard. So that is we have discussed in our previous slide. I will put it there. Okay, then you have the invited talk report. Okay, so we have 2 invited casts. Okay, so you need not to turn in the invited talk for all. That means both of the invited guests. You choose either one. Okay, for example, you choose Charles Mott or you choose ICAC. You choose either one. Okay, so write a essay. Okay, it's about 1 to 2 page. Of course, I haven't set a maximum page limit, but mostly if you want to get a B or above, so most likely you need to have 1 or 2 page, mostly 2 page. Okay, so you have a B or above. Okay, and then the structure of the invited talk report I will discuss with you later, because I also need to plan for the invited cast, and then I also need to study about the content that they will give it to you. Okay, deadline is week 14. So again, this one is target of intended learning outcome 1 and also 2. Okay, 18%. Okay, so another one is about a survey. Survey is 3%. So it's about your study pattern. So so starting from last year, I prepared the videos, and then every year I will prepare the video again and again. So most likely I will ask you which video is good, which video is not good. So I will remake the no good NG videos. Okay, no good videos, and then I want to improve our the settings of our course. So I will ask you about the study pattern. So have you watched the videos? Do you think this video is good enough, or have you watched this? Have you read the slide? Do you think this slide is good enough or not? Okay. So it's a 0 or 3%. Okay, so if you do the survey, I give you 3%. I will ask you about the student ID, and then if I check it, you have completed the Google form, I will give you the 3%. If you haven't completed the survey, then 0%. Okay, so whatever you finish inside the survey, you say that my video is rubbish and then my PowerPoint slide is rubbish, I will still give you the 3%. Okay, so this 3% is good, and in previous year we change it really find out a little bit difference about your grade. For example, most of the students they get C plus to B is I would say that some of the students, they try to improve the C plus to B is using this 3% is quite important. So let me know your study pattern. Let me improve our course, and then of course it helps you to give you a little bit grade about your continuous assessment. So it makes you easier in this semester. So next one is the group assessment. Okay, group assessment. So group assessment is 45%, and then it come out with two settings. Okay, one is in-class exercise, and another is case study report. So for the group assessment, each of you guys need to form into a group. Okay, 5 to 6 students into a group. 5 to 6 students into a group. Okay. So for the in-class exercise, so you need to join our teams in during the lesson. So you cannot only watch the YouTube video. So you need to join, and then we complete some activity. So mostly you have lessons to cover the remaining part of our course, and then we'll jump into the in-class exercise. I don't know when we'll start the in-class exercise, but try your best to join our lessons in week 4, week 9, and also week 11. Okay, so for the in-class exercise, most likely I will give you some structural questions, and this such kind of structural question is similar to your assignment 1 and assignment 2. So you have a some sort of practice when you start to do your assignment, so it helps. Okay. So let me tell you the fault of the in-class exercise. So before, for example, we take week 4 as an example. Okay, before week 4, you need to form a group. Okay, form a group. Okay, 5 to 6 students in a group. Create a Google document. Okay, create Google document, and then I will also give you the template sheet. Okay, of your answer. Copy this template to your Google document. Okay, share this Google document with your groupmate and with me. Okay, with me. Allow me to edit your Google document. Okay, allow me to edit your Google document. I will explain it to you later. And then submit the link of your Google document to the blackboard. Okay, in the comment of your submissions. Okay, so each group you find a representative and then submit the Google document to the blackboard. Okay, so during the week 4, during the in-class exercise, okay, so we will talk a little bit about the lecture, and then we will talk about a little bit about the questions. So during the in-class exercise, I will use your link. Okay, I will use the link of your Google document, and then I will randomly join your Google document. Type in something. Chat with your question 1. Okay, I will join your Google document and then chat. Okay, so for all the in-class exercise, you have 6%, right? So I will try my best to chat all your question 1. Mostly I will give you 2 questions, and then make sure that you get this 3% in your in-class exercise. So you say that we have 18%. Okay, 18% of the in-class exercise, and most likely I will try to ensure that at least you get 9 of your total cost. So together with the most likely you can get 4 to 5 or 5 to 6 marks in your in-class exercise, and 3 of the question mark I will make sure that you get the correct answer. Okay, if you cannot get the correct answer, I will type in and then ask you to fill in more information. Okay, or somehow I will ask you to join our team sessions and then explain. Okay, so remember to include me in your Google document, and it allows me to edit, type in something. Okay, so during the in-class exercise, you need to discuss with your groupmates, right? So you can create your own Zoom sessions, team sessions, or even WhatsApp. Okay, you use your own communication tools to discuss with others, and for the teams that we are using now is for the whole class. Okay, so I will discuss with the whole class using Teams during the in-class exercise. And of course, you can ask me any questions. I'm here. I will try to interact with you. Okay. So this is the settings. So and also after the in-class exercise, I will give you 1 day. Okay, I will give you 1 day to complete the whole, or you try to polish your answer and then download the two code document. It's a docx file. Okay, docx file and submit to the blackboard. Yeah, and those are the settings of the in-class exercise. And then yep. Beside the in-class exercise, you can use the same group. Okay, so for the case study report, that means your project. Of course, you can use the same group to complete your case study reports, and that means the project. Or you can form another teams. Okay, you can form another team. You think that during the in-class exercise, my opinions or I always argue with my classmate, and it's good. So you can form another team and try to have different combinations of your group assessment, so that you can have a wilder discussion within your classmate. So for the case study report or for your project, you need to write an essay to me, okay, and then submit to me in week 13. So you need to pick up a real case example here, okay, that is related to IT professional or related to computer science. Okay, so there are lots of the news today. So of course you can use the update, or you can use the news that happen in these 2 or 3 months. Okay, but if you want to have lots of the people give you different comments from the different points of view, so I suggest you to pick up a topic which has happened 5 or 6 months before, okay, within 1 year or 5 or 6 months before, so you have a complete picture about the whole event. For example, you want to talk about the Facebook, they share the information or they share the data with the Googles or with different companies, right? So if you try to set this topic at the very beginning, so somehow the evidence or the data that you can collect is limited. Okay, so but now the set they have sent to the court and then discuss with the situations, and then there are lots of evidence, and I would say that the case is complete, close file. Okay, close file, and then there are lots of different discussion, there are lots of different opinions, there are lots of different points of views. Okay, so you have enough evidence to complete your project, your case study report. Okay, so it will be more fair to your group project, and it also helps your classmate to have a complete picture, not only a small part of the whole event. Okay, so you need to pick up one topics or one news that is related to IT and professional, and then write a essay to me, 5 to 8 page. That means for each of your group member, you only need to complete 1 to 2 page for the case study report. Okay, there is no PowerPoint. Okay, so only a report, and I try to offload your Wordle in this semester. No presentations, no PowerPoint, only a essay, only a report. Okay, so I guess it's easier for your assessment. So group assessments, of course, for the group assessment, I think that there will be some free rider. Okay, I think that there is some free rider. So there is always some mechanism for you to report the free rider. Okay. You find your group member is doing something bad, or he or she haven't finished his work or her work, and then for a simple understanding, he is a free rider. Report to me. Okay, report to me. So report to me, and then I will handle case by case. Okay. So as I have told you before, you need not to have the same group of students for the in-class exercise 1, 2, 3, and also the case study report. You can form your own group, and then you can change your group member every time. Okay, you can change your group member every time, but you need to state clearly about the names and also about the student ID of all your group members. Okay, of all your group members on the first page. Okay, so each group just need to submit 1 copy on the backboard. Okay, 1 copy only. So if you are a group of 6 or a group of 4, you need to submit 5 to 6 copy to me. Okay, it creates some means trouble for me. Please obey and do this. Otherwise, it may be a trouble for me. Thank you. And then, yeah, this one is our task box. Okay, this one is our task box. So we will use the fx for the information H for our task box. I will use the 7 additions. 7 additions. Okay, 7 additions. So again, you can use the previous versions. For example, in our library, only have the 5th. Okay, we only have the 5th additions. So it's more or less the same. In fact, it's only covers some special case. For example, in the 7th edition, they talk about the zones and also talk about the privacy that the 5th edition do not have. Okay, so if you just want to know about the ethical model, if you just want to know about the basic idea about how we can evaluate the ethics of for the information age, 5th, 6th, 7th, whatever. Okay, you can choose for your own version. It's more or less the same. Okay, it's available in our library. Okay, it's available in our library. Okay, but I'm not sure that you can get the book in our library now. So if you find any difficulty, please let me know. I'll try to find another solution for you. Okay, so the ISBN is here. So you can go to the Google and then search for this task box. Okay,